Good afternoon, Valerie. How are you today?
I'm doing well, Danielle. Just let me know we're being recorded.
Yes, we are. So, thank you for letting me record this portion of the interview.
Of
Um,
course.
and so, what I would love to do is talk a little bit about what you've done, what you want to do, and you know, some basic interview questions. Very casual forum right now. So, I see for the past oh goodness, several years or so, you've been doing property management.
Yeah,
I did property management. I understand the burnout of that type of position, but
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so, why don't you tell me a little bit about why you are looking to shift slightly from property management to more of an office admin role? So, you have the floor.
Okay, well, like you said, the last few years I've been in property management, and it is a 24/7 job. You are on call constantly, weekends, nights. I'm used to having board members call me on a Friday night at 8:30. What can I do about somebody's dog? And it's like, this is not an emergency. These are things that can, be handled during, Monday through Friday. So I've done a lot of admin work. I've done accounts receivable, payables, filing, answering phones, reception. I mean, I have a pretty broad background of admin skills.
Hmm.
So, I'm really looking to get into something where I can do my job and then go home at night and I'm done.
Yeah,
Not to say I
understand.
won't look into it at someday, but right now it is. It's the burnout and the availability locally.
Hmm.
I'm
Yes.
not interested in driving over an hour each way to go to work. Not with the
Okay.
number of HOAs that are here in town. That just to me seems really a waste of my time and resources.
I gotcha. I understand. Yeah, it's we have discussed a few other positions. I have other opportunities for you that you know would be outside of the Palm Coast area, but when we spoke, you ultimately said that, the commute is very important to you. So,
Mm.
thank you for reiterating that. So if you were to speak with clients and customers, that's something that you're used to doing.
Yeah.
Something still good for you to do. You feel comfortable answering the
Oh,
phones if you had to, jumping in.
absolutely.
All right,
Yeah.
great.
And
What
I'm one of
about
those ones that I'm fine taking a message. I don't need to, oh my God, you've got to take this now. You've got to be able to, figure out which calls are immediate need and which are, they'll get back to you. So I'm
okay?
just used to that kind of being able to delegate what priorities are and what needs to be addressed immediately.
Okay,
So
perfect. And we were chatting a little bit about some of the positions that I have, and I talked to you a little bit about some legal opportunities. And you said you do have some experience with that because you were working pretty much on the other side and working with alongside attorneys. So why don't you share with me an experience that you had? So the position that I was talking about was a personal injury attorney. So why don't you tell me a time where you have worked with an attorney and maybe what the outcome was, why you were working with them, and then what happened at the tail end of it.
one of the properties that I manage here in town, we had an incident where an elderly gentleman who had a lot of mobility issues, didn't use his walker to go to the mailbox kiosk, and he tripped over a curb and he got hurt. We didn't know
Mhm.
about it for over almost 2 months until we got a notice that the association was being sued. So I had to
Okay.
work with our insurance company and their attorney. We had to do mediation. We had to have a full investigation of the area and whether it was ADA compliant. And so I've gone through the deposition um, progress with them, mediation. I've hours and hours. So I am used to what that does
Okay.
entail. There's a lot to it. Some of them are really sad stories. You hate to see it. Accidents happen. And it's
Mhm.
really, it's important that people are held liable for that because this poor gentleman was really hurt, even though we
Mhm.
weren't completely at fault, but he really, really got hurt badly. I felt terrible I just wish we'd have known.
Yeah,
prior to being
sure.
sued, because it's like, that was terrible. You
Yeah,
feel
makes
bad for
sense.
folks, but yes, I've
Yeah,
been
and it's
through,
hard.
yeah,
It's hard
yeah,
when you see it because you want to have that empathy for both sides, but of course,
yeah,
you're managing and representing the association, but you want to certainly have the human empathy for the other side. So I
yeah,
can certainly see that. But I mean, that's a really good um, point to make, Valerie, because to be on the other side of things, I think it does help you with your position.
yeah,
So I worked actually, I before I worked for Ronstadt years ago, I was on the other side and I hired people through an agency. And I
mhm,
feel like that skill has made me so much better at my job because
right,
I understand, both sides of it. So
mhm,
whenever I can find a talent that has that experience, I do like to showcase that.
right.
So and when can you start?
I can start immediately. I can start, actually, Thursday would be best. Thursday would
Thursday?
be
Okay.
fantastic.
Thursday of this week. Okay.
Mhm.
And
Unless they'd
how
prefer to
much?
start me on a Monday, just out of convenience, fresh work
Okay.
week, whichever.
All right. Sounds good. I'm going to go ahead and stop this part of the recording, but don't go anywhere because we have some more things to chat about.
Okay.